A couple of stories from the insides. I have international hamster news for you.
Excellent.
Is that hamsters? This is hamsters in Vienna, which sounds like a movie, doesn't it? Hamsters in Vienna. But judges in Vienna have come to the rescue of hamsters in a big legal case because the European hamster, which is a particular breed of hamster, is found across quite a large parts of Europe, but it is struggling a little bit.
Not as pets?
Driven out of the... No, they're living wild. And they've driven out of the countryside, loss of habitat. So they've moved into cities, including Vienna. And they've been in their burrows and whatever in and around Vienna. Well, there was a legal battle over developers who wanted to develop land that these particular hamsters were using. Hamsters have won. And so they've won the right to certain areas where developers wanted to develop. Indeed, it got to the point where hamsters, the court has ruled that hamsters breeding sites must enjoy protection for as long as is necessary. It got to the point where a council, it seems a bit unfair, this, a city council employee was fined because he'd cleared the topsoil from a certain area of land unwittingly, and they got fined, so he got in trouble. But anyway, it's international hamster news, and you're up to date.
I'll take your hamsters, and I'll go to the other end of the scale and bring you whales, right? And a little science lesson. I found this fascinating. This is in the Times this morning. So, whales eat krill, right, which are small shrimp-like...
In vast quantities.
In vast quantities. And what we want is, for the environment, because obviously it's very topical, we're talking about COP obviously going on at the moment, when whales eat all the krill, I'm going to have to read this. When they eat all the krill, when they defecate, they convert the protein into blubber and they defecate iron-rich waste, right? So then they've eaten the krill and then this iron-rich waste comes out. The iron is a vital source for diatoms, which are microalgae, right? And what they do, by making the microalgae reproduce more, they remove loads of carbon from the air, carbon dioxide from the air through photosynthesis, right? And the whales, because whales need to breathe air, they're often at the surface, so these microalgae stay at the surface. And what this has taken is taken a look at how whales contribute to the carbon removal, right? Removal of carbon from the atmosphere. They are equivalent and on par with the whole forest ecosystem. So, you know, you see swathes of forests, right, on continents, on entire continents. They're the equivalent to that. So this is whole article on what they do and how whaling needs to be controlled because of how much they give to the environment, all through what they eat. So we want them to eat more to help the environment.